Today on the channel, we're back at it with another Rage Toys Samurai Force unboxing, and this time, we got the Master, definitely not Master Splinter.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Rage Toys Samurai Force unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the Master, definitely not Master Splinter, but if you're looking for this guy, I'm guessing eBay at this point, as this was, I believe, the former Furry Toys, now it is Rage Toys. Maybe not, I don't know. It gets a little confusing with these quasi-legal releases from overseas. But here we are once again, as we have unboxed the Leonardo and Donatello versions from this line. Now we do have Master Splinter. And this line's going into the Bebops, the Rocksteadies. Have to imagine Shredder's coming along with the other two Turtles. So I guess we'll stay tuned to see what happens with those in the future of the line, of course. But of course, you can also count on this video to do it like we do all the other videos on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there, and very small packaging on this one, as we did see with Autumn Donatello. And I'm trying to think if it was Raphael or Michelangelo. I think Michelangelo is next, and then you would assume Raphael after that. But they got the old Master there, looking interesting. Takes a while to see what I'm even looking at when I look at the packaging there. Nothing too fun. Samurai Force on the top and bottom. Nothing on the sides. Then on the back, we do get that blurb. That extremely hard to read blurb with the font over the back. Very hard. It does say the story of the Samurai Force. The seal of the underworld has been broken, unleashing the Demon Dog Emperor into the mortal realm. The spiritual essence of samurai, once confined by the gods, scattered across the world, intertwining with various animals, the souls of samurai, once sealed by divine power, ignite with the flames of their unwielding spirits as the power of the samurai is rekindled. They once again bow before the call to duty. Warriors from different corners of the world unite, each bonded with the essence of a sacred flame. Their mission to stand against the resurgence of the Demon Dog Emperor, and nobody loves a Demon Dog Emperor. That is obvious right here from what I'm reading. Can I get him out of the package here? Maybe, maybe not. Oh my gosh, extremely tight packaging on this one. Come on, what are we doing? There it is. Oh my gosh, and this, of course, a takeoff of Master Splinter, one of the most favorite Masters that's not Masters of Puppets. Shout out to that album, of course. I took the whole lining out with that one, so we got that. I'll stick that back in there. But we do get accessories with him here. Tons of hands. All kinds of stuff going on here. We got a little tail there. It looks like bendy wire. We'll see that in a second. And then, of course, we do get him in the plastic prison. So I'm going to take this offline, get all this stuff out. We'll be back talking all things the Master. Alright, got the Master out of the package. Let's dive into the accessories first. A very interesting looking character here, and far from any Master Splinter we've seen for the most part, and we'll talk about it in a second. But we got two splayed out hands right out of the package for the old Master himself, two deep gripping hands over here, and then we do get two Fists of Fury, I guess a little bit of Knuckle Fury. He's giving us one of these, gonna punch you right there. Gonna use some kind of magical martial art against you, I guess. And then a little tighter gripping hands here. Now, one thing to note about this is you got the silverish gray fur on here, and then you got the gray nails, and the nails are long like a rat would have, of course, but looking very interesting, almost like a monkey or also a werewolf. So it could be a monkey werewolf rat for all we know right here. Now we do get a little tapestry scroll. Very interesting. You can fold this out, and I'm sure this tells some kind of story on the inside. I don't know, but this does wrap all back up here. Very nice soft like cloth around here. Very, very interesting here. Very interesting to get something like this, and it looks like it stores into his backpack, which I guess we'll talk about next. We get a very interesting backpack here. It's got kind of almost like elastic rubber bands here. You put these around his arms. This goes into the back, and that's where you can plug this through, so you can carry that on his back if he wants to. You also got a little canister, very reminiscent of the TGRI canisters, of course, or maybe it was the TGIF. Oh, shout out to Mr. Cooper getting it done. Everybody's been hanging with Mr. Cooper, of course, as we know. But you can plug these through here as well if you want to carry this kind of thing. I don't know Yep, the top does come off of here, which is very interesting. And it looks like smoky inside. It's not hollow inside. And for a second, I thought the ooze was going to come out into my face. Oh, no, I got the ooze. Oh, I got the ooze stick right here. So for a second, I thought, oh, this is going to put vapors in my face. Who knows? You can never be too careful in this day and age. You never know what might be in there for you. What's waiting to get you? You never know. You never know. But very interesting. Very reminiscent of other turtle lines with that canister, of course. We do get 2 little daggers, and these do store on his hip like a young samurai. So 2 little daggers here, a big thick handle on both these. That's why you need those thick hands, I guess. But we get 2 blades here. Very on point for Master Splinter, I would say. But the most on point for Master Splinter, of course, his walking stick. Dual as a weapon, as a dual role as a weapon. It helps him walk, but he also can use it if he needs to. A nice wooden walking stick here. Very on brand for, of course, Master Splinter. I don't know if we've ever had a Splinter without a walking stick in this day and age. We do get a big tail for him. Of course, rats known for their long tails, as we do know. Skinny on the end, gets a little thicker as we go up. A little ball joint right there, but it is a bendy wire, so you can mix and match and move it however you do feel. I do really like how the looks and feels of this one here. Very, very nice, very interesting, very on brand for, of course, Master Splinter. But now we get down to Master Splinter. He does have a hat, like a young Raiden is what this reminds me of. And, oh, I like what I see right here. We got a magnet inside there, so I would imagine... Oh, let the power of magnets compel you right there as it just sticks right on with the magnet. I think more companies should be using these magnets. I absolutely love the idea of that. Plugs in there very, very nicely. Very cool Raiden-like hat. I don't know what the official term for it is, but Raiden hat I think is what most people in my generation do call that. He does got a big shawl over the top. That is removable as well. It's a little bit of protection, I guess, over his shoulders. Got a couple of medallions there. We got another magnet in the back that just helps lock it into his back. So once again, the power of magnets with Master Splinter, or the Master as he's known in this incarnation, works out pretty nice. I also do like the big soft kind of robe over the top. A very dirty yellow color, of course. That's kind of on brand what a rat would be wearing clothes. I don't think he's going to be doing the laundry that often, so that does look good. Nice rope belt around there. That's how you know you're a real player out there if you got an old school rope belt. And I've told that story before. There was a kid in my school, maybe 3rd, 4th grade. He was wearing a rope belt, and man, he got relentlessly bullied by the kids out there. I wasn't one of those ones that bullied, but I would always take note of the bullying that was going on. I'd say, oh man, that kid, he's just asking for it today. And I felt bad for that kid because he played the cello, and you know, the cello was bigger than him. And I remember him walking to and from school with his cello lugging it around. But one day, a bunch of the bullies ganged up, and they broke the cello over him. Can you imagine that? That's what happened in the mean streets back in the day. These kids these days, they got it too easy. You're not fighting in the mean streets like young Kyle. Luckily, I did my share of fighting. I didn't have to take any bullying and stuff like that. So I was very fortunate in that instance. But it was a wild times back in elementary, junior high, and even into high school. Some of the fights and stuff you'd come across. It was a wild time. You had to be there. Had to be there. But I do like how this Splinter looks here now. Looking at the head here, looking very interesting. This reminds me, this head on this rat here, you know who it reminds me of? And this is another deep cut. We're going to Canada for this one. We're going back to the 80s, maybe even late 70s, but I remember it from being on Nickelodeon. It was a show called Today's Special. Oh, shout it loud and clear. This kind of reminds me, was it Muffy? Was that the rat's name, Muffy? Really annoying one. Would hang out with old Sam. Was it Sam? I think was the security guard there. Of course, Jeff and Jody, the stars of the show, as we know. But this reminds me of Muffy the rat from that show. So shout out to Today's Special. If you don't know it, you should know it. You should know it. We'll leave it at that. But look up Today's Special if you don't know what I'm talking about. But it looks just like that rat there. Got a little rat gray beard going on. Got 2 beady eyes. Got those rat ears. Even got a little... ponytail at the very top there, looking interesting, but looks like an old rat is what it looks like, and that's pretty much on brand for the Master, aka Splinter. You got the fur throughout the arms. You got a little wrappings on the forearms, and almost looks like blood. I don't know if that's supposed to be dirt or blood on the forearms. Maybe he's been in battle. Who knows? He also has those on the legs as well. But once again, looking much like a rat, a ninja rat, a master rat is what he looks like. Talked about these hands here. Of course, hands articulated and removable back and forth, side to side. Double jointed pinless elbows. You know I'm here for that. Head back and forth, up and down. Plenty of rat movements out of that. And then you also get neck movement on top of that. You do get a waist articulation. No real ab crunch in there, but we do get some legs that move. They do go up. Knee, okay, side to side at the knee as well, and then ankles up and down. You do get a big side to side as well. So rat has got to be nimble. They're always all over the place. They're jumping to and fro, climbing, doing all kinds of stuff. And I feel like the master right here has some of those powers as well. And oh, are you kidding me? I just lost those sheaths. Is that what they call them? They just seem to plug right back in here, though. They got a little old school rope, which is nice in theory, but very hard, this rope right here. But you got to slide those in there. And I wonder if once you put the blade in here, if it'll still be able to hold all that. That could be a little dicey, a little dicey. No peg holes on this guy, so he's not going to be on a stand. And he feels like he might be a little harder to stand, but we're going to find out here shortly. Oh, look at that. He stands just fine. I'm actually kind of surprised with these gangly arms and these proportions on this guy. A very, very interesting figure if there ever was one. And obviously, once you stick this tail into him, gives him a little bit of a tripod stance. I know that firsthand when I plug my tail in the front, of course, and it helps me stand just fine. I'm sure Splinter has some of that same stuff going on. But we do got some of his kids. We got Autumn and Leonardo. Was he Spring? Spring and Autumn right next to the master right here. So we're building out that turtle layer is what we're doing. We need Mikey, we need Raphael. I guess that'd be what, winter and summer? And I think Mikey is summer, and Raphael must be winter. That's my guess. That's how I'm playing it here. But an interesting line so far. I'm in too deep to turn back now is what I am, but very interesting figures here. I actually like this Master Splinter figure a lot more than I thought I did. I kind of got it as like, oh, I just need to get it, you know, I'll ask questions later. Well, the questions came, and I actually liked what I saw right here. So I do like this Splinter. I think it is a fun figure. Obviously, you don't necessarily need it. Maybe you just want the 4 turtles. But if you want the Master with them, and I don't know why you wouldn't, this is a pretty good figure, pretty fun one here today on the channel with some very cool accessories, have to admit right there. So the Master, 2 thumbs up for me. But what say you? You picking up this Master? You playing the long game? You playing that dreaded no game? Let me know your thoughts on the Master in the comments down below. And of course, if you made it this far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day, and then some. We, of course, got even more content for you over on Patreon, including early access to both YouTube channel videos. Best place to support this channel is via the Patreon. Appreciate all the support of almost 200 of you guys and gals over there. So appreciate all the Patreons every day here on the channel. You know, support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for the Master, definitely not Splinter, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.